Hello everyone. I am incredibly excited to do this video and to present my first book, actually my first printed book that gets to be published in English, namely How to Open Your Heart to a New Life. I have been a writer almost all my life, and this year I will be 35 years old this October. And I started writing when I was probably around 7 or 8 years old. I had my first book published when I was 10 years old, but that book wasn't published in a library. It was something done in my hometown, and then I started to publish different articles for different publications. The first book that I have ever published was a book in English, Contemporary Absurd Theater, Love Me But Do Not Fall in Love with Me. And that book was actually an e-book, nothing printed. So after finishing my PhD in history, I was thrilled to have it printed in hard copy. Namely the historical perspective upon the Spiritist phenomenon in Romania. This is my PhD thesis in history. It is only in Romanian. I hope that one day this will get to be published in English too. It would be absolutely amazing to do so, and I would also like to bring other resources or even more research, because this feels that still needs to be finished. It is I feel that this PhD on such a topic, it's a work in progress. No matter how many pages this has, like 234 pages. Well, that's not enough for this topic. So this was my first book published in Romania, and this was to be sold in bookshops across Romania. This version, it could be ordered internationally. At this point, there are several websites where you can order this online. So this is my PhD thesis in history, and it was my first book that has been published, that was published in 2019. And then the next year, I got to publish Drumul către noi. It's The Road Towards Ourselves. And this was like the first book. The other version of The Road Towards Us has a different cover, and it's a revised version. This was published in 2020 and in 2020, and then we got another version of it that was published, I think, 2 years ago, but this was my second book. Drumul către noi. It's also the name of the online TV show that I've been having every Friday. Almost every Friday. I'm trying to do it every Friday. And then I've got here the next book. The next book was Calea Sufletului. I could translate it as the Way of the Soul, the Road of the Soul. And this one also has another version, and this is the revised version, and I like it more, this one. It's easier to read, and the writing is a bit bigger. Then I think I tried to have it chronologically. Yeah. Then I had in 2021, I had 2 books published, namely Love versus The Lack of Love, Iubire versus Neiubire, and Egoul, Otrava Iubirii, The Ego, The Poison of Love. These two books were published in 2021, as I've said, in September, if I recall well now. And yeah, I was thinking of doing an English version, especially for this one. There are a lot of chapters that I've absolutely loved, and incredibly, I feel like of great interest, like how could a woman deal with the syndrome of mother's boy in a relationship where our unfulfilled loves are actually happening, if not in our lives. How can we behave with a person that's very toxic towards ourselves, towards us, yet this person is a member of our family? How do we understand what one person feels, truly feels for us? Why do we like so much people that don't want us? That's such an interesting question. Then about betrayal and infidelity. What is happening from a spiritual point of view? Impossible love. What do I do if I love a person I cannot have a relationship with? It's quite moving to recall whatever I've been going through when I was writing this. And it's such a huge part of my life. And I love this. That nothing that I have felt is lost, and that's somewhere. It's stored somewhere and just helping other people, hopefully. Helping other people. Okay, the next book, it's... yeah, let me think. I think that the next book, it's a volume that I wrote with my sister. I have a sister that's 9 years younger than me. Her name is Raluca, and she is right now working as a dentist. She has just begun working as a dentist, but I feel that she's an artist in her heart, and I was so happy to have her, my co-author, writing these books with me. This is a dialogue. I loved to do this with her. Basically, it was an open dialogue that we got to write together. And this is our first book together. It is called Întreabă-mă despre eternitate. Ask Me About Eternity. And then, if I started chronologically, I will go the same way. This is From Pain to Healing, De la Durere la Vindecare. It's another book. And I feel like these two were published simultaneously, if I recall well. Then, I have other two books written with my mother. This is Talking to My Mother. De vorbă cu mama, and Mama vindecă sufletul, Mom Heal My Soul. These two books, of course, the co-author, the person I wrote this with, it's my mother. It's our mother, actually, because I told you that I have a sister. And I have, these are the pictures of my grandmother, Anna, the mother of my mother. And then I've got other two books. I think this was November 2 years ago, 2023, and this was published in October last year, October 2024. This is Looking Beyond the Window, A Journey in Your Soul, privind dincolo de fereastră, o călătorie în sufletul tău. And this is Pentru urgențe, apăsați tasta suflet, for emergency, press soul. Okay, and I started going through all the books because I wanted to actually introduce you the book that I wrote with my sister in English, but I felt like it was a good idea to just revise all of them, because actually this book, How to Open Your Heart to a New Life, it's the fourth book that I published with my sister, and I feel like there is definitely a link between all of them. So I feel like starting with Ask Me About Eternity, Întreabă-mă despre eternitate, which was our first volume together, and then going to Hai să povestim despre iubire, Let's Talk About Love, which was our second volume together. And namely these two books. This is the Romanian version of How to Open Your Heart to a New Life, cum să-ți deschizi inima către o nouă viață. And this is the English version. And I was thrilled to do this with my younger sister, but I was also thrilled that it's in English. And I felt like there is a lot of vocabulary in English that we don't have yet, let's say, conventionally, traditionally in use in Romanian language, that can express and encapsulate the meaning as well as English language does. So I was extremely happy to be able to write and to actually publish this book in English. And I wanted to introduce this book. I am planning on translating other books in English too, probably other foreign languages too. That would be great. But I wanted to let you know that actually how to open your heart to a new life, it's about something that every human being should be able to do. And if we are not able to do by default, we should be taught how to do this. And I feel like opening your heart, it's more about looking to the future than staying put in the past. But the thing is that in order to be able to look at the future, you must let go of the past. You cannot do these two things simultaneously. You must choose where you are, where your thoughts are, where your feelings are. And if you choose to stay in the hurt that has been done to you in the past, you cannot open your heart to the future. And whatever we need to do in this life, the biggest challenge that we have as we grow old, as we go through different hardships, as we recover from several traumas, the biggest challenge is to navigate life with an open heart. That is the most interesting, exciting, and miraculous experience that we could ever go through. So opening your heart to a new life when you are exhausted, when you are hurt, when you are tired, when you are ill, when you are hopeless, it feels an impossible task. So I wanted to offer an idea, a perspective, something that someone who is struggling with a broken heart or with an empty heart, someone could find useful and could find even, possible. I wanted to write this book with my sister because I wanted to let people know that it's possible to begin again when you feel everything is ended. And when you feel that actually you have no chance. That is so heartbreaking, when you feel life hasn't given you any chance and yet is taking away all your chances to do anything, to be anything. So I wanted to read a small part of how to open your heart to a new life. This book could be ordered from bookshops in Romania, but you could order it to have it delivered anywhere you are. This could be shipped anywhere in the world, in Canada, United States, Australia, New Zealand, Great Britain, and so on. So I just want to open the book somewhere and just to read something to you. Okay. I want to, maybe the beginning of a chapter, okay, because it makes more sense. Chapter 4, how to protect your inner peace and stop causing yourself pain. Raluca says, Anna, I often feel like we are our own worst enemies. We cause ourselves pain through our thoughts, expectations, and resistance to accepting life as it is. Why do we do this? And now, my answer follows. That's a powerful observation, Raluca. The most profound pain often comes from within. We hurt ourselves by clinging to past mistakes, criticizing what we didn't accomplish, or attempting to impose mental control over emotional truths. While external events may be unpredictable, our reaction to them and how much we allow them to consume us rests entirely in our hands. Oh, and now I opened to the right place. Steps to practice forgiveness. 1. Acknowledge the pain. Allow yourself to feel the anger, sadness, or disappointment. Don't suppress these emotions. They need to be processed. 2. Shift your perspective. Understand that the person who hurt you may have acted out of their own wounds or limitations. 3. Self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Tell yourself, I allow myself to feel this pain, but I will not remain its prisoner. 4. Release exercise. Practice daily forgiveness affirmations, such as, today I release resentment and free myself from the burden of past pain. And so, this chapter was about spiritual laws, actually. For example, the law of compensation. This law reminds us that the universe always seeks balance and harmony. Whatever energy you give, whether positive or negative, it will return to you, though not always in the form you expect it to. What if life feels unfair and you're waiting for that balance and it just doesn't happen yet? Raluca asks. And my answer is, patience in this context is essential. The law of compensation doesn't operate on our human sense of time. Sometimes, compensation comes through lessons that shape your emotional and spiritual growth, not through immediate rewards. Raluca, what about when we give goodness but receive pain in return? My answer is, the balance may not come from the same person or situation, but it will come eventually. Pain itself can be a form of compensation because it often leads to wisdom, resilience, and growth. If you maintain trust in life's process, you'll see that what you've been given will come back to you. No, you'll see that what you've given will come back to you when you're ready to receive it. The key to receive positive compensation is maintaining an inner state of balance. If disappointment or betrayal leads you to anger, fear, or resentment, you block the flow of compensation. But if you remain aligned with love, compassion, and self-worth, you'll eventually attract experiences that match this higher vibration. This is just a small part of how to open your heart to a new life. And for those of you who want it in Romanian, yes, there is the Romanian version. But I mostly wanted to have it in English too, because this has been requested so many times and people have been asking me, I want to gift this book of yours to a friend who doesn't speak Romanian, who doesn't read Romanian. So what am I supposed to do? So I was incredibly happy to have this in English. And all these books, they can be ordered online, or you can purchase them. It's a heavy load of books, and I hope a useful one too. And all these books could also be purchased from bookshops, bookstores across Romania. But anyway, it's your choice if you order it online or if you just go out to the library and have them. Yeah, because sometimes the experience of being, sorry, not in a library, although they are in libraries too. Yeah, they are present in libraries too. But the experience of being in a bookshop, it's a very enticing one. I love it, and you get to connect with the books in a different way than you would connect with them, and you receive them more comfortably. It's true, at your own home, but still, it's different. So I hope you will enjoy it, and I'm looking for any reviews about it. If there are readers that have already ordered this, I'll be happy to have your opinion on it.